Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is week 6 of New York Marathon training. So let's get straight stuck into what's been going on. I have my Strava with me just to remind me of what I did. So this week, week 6, I knew that always was going to be a bit of a different, challenging week because I was off to a festival at the weekend. So I only had 4 days available to me to train. I could have trained whilst I was at the festival, however, lack of showers and camping just probably wouldn't have gone well. So we had to work with the 4 days that we had. In week 5 at the end, I'd had a busy week. I'd done like a park run effort on the Saturday and then a long run on the Sunday, which had gone well, but obviously I was going into that week, I was going into week 6 with that already in my legs. So on the Monday, I went out for my normal sort of recovery run, and that was just under 4 miles. I've just looked at my Strava and I've titled it stiff legs, tight hamstrings. So everything was obviously quite stiff. To be fair to myself, I'm not being fair to myself at all because it's my own fault, but I don't think that I did enough stretching the day before. So I booked myself into a yoga session and that really helped me out. I just went at lunchtime. I had loads of work to do, but I was like, this is going to be so much more beneficial for me if I just take an hour out to just go and do some yoga. So I did, which was great. Tuesday was then, because we wanted to put something in there which was tempo based / intervals based, but that would be a productive session. So James put on the plan 2 lots of 5k efforts and I was like, 2 lots of 5ks, tempo pace, oh gosh, not my favorite. So I decided to flip it around and did 3 lots of 2-mile efforts, and I was really pleased with the results. Actually, everything was within the 650 range: 657, 652, 651, 652, 658, 655. So I really struggled in the last one, but I think it was down to the signal, because I felt like I was still running at the same effort, but the pace was just really off, I felt like, on my watch, but I managed to push it to get it all under 7s, which was good. So good session for that one. And I also, no, I didn't do anything else on that Tuesday. I do a coaching session on Tuesday night with a group of people, so I'm still moving, which kind of helps flush the legs out, I find, on the Tuesday. So we move on to Wednesday. I did a short sort of mini circuit in the gym in between clients Wednesday morning, and then I had a 5-mile run and some strides, and I think I kind of enjoyed that one looking back at it. Again, I just switched on some podcasts and just kind of I used that kind of time to myself and just to think about anything else, and just don't know where the training floor's gone, but yeah, podcasts on and just either laugh or I'd sometimes listen to business ones just to enjoy the time not working. Okay, then we move on to Wednesday night. I taught my core classes. They were amazing last week because we were outside, the weather was really good, we had the sun setting over the building, got some cool pictures. It was really good, and I just love the classes. I have a good group of people now, and they're we're all comfortable with each other, and we work hard, but we have a laugh with it too. So really good fun on a Wednesday. Thursday was then my last opportunity to train, and then we had to put in some form of longish run. Now, bearing in mind that I had done quite a lot leading up to that, the plan was to do a 12-mile long run. So I was in a good mindset with it. I was like, okay, yeah, we've just got to get this done and then I can enjoy my weekend and that's all good. So I set out, it was a busy day because I had loads going on. We were leaving that Thursday night or afternoon night to get to the festival. So I had to make sure everything was ready and done, and work-wise, everything ready so I could sign off for the weekend. And the first mile, I was like, oh, I feel quite good. James called me and was like, oh, I'm going to come join you for the next part of your run. I was like, okay, brilliant, here I am, come and meet me and we'll go. So he I carried on running, and then he came from the other direction, met me. We did a few miles together, and then he left, and then I had to try and navigate myself back home on a longer route. So it was okay. I wouldn't say it was the best long run, but I kind of did it. There was no way that I wasn't going to do it. I just felt tired, but if you looked back on the last sort of 7 days of training, I'd done over 50 miles, or just about 50 miles. I'd done 2 yoga classes, 2 strength sessions, I taught the core classes, and worked on top of all of that. So that was a 7 day block of some really good training. So that was brilliant. I finished the week on just over 30 miles, and then I could just enjoy myself over the next few days. Now, a bit of an update on where we're at with So a few weeks ago I was talking about like how tired I've been feeling and just like fatigue and all things like that, and I took myself to the GP. They ordered some blood tests and had them done. The blood test results came back. I went into my GP to discuss them, and I got tested for everything, like B12, iron, blood cell levels, liver, kidney, glandular fever, you name it was on there. Tested for everything, and there's parameters that each level should be within. Now they're all different numbers, some of them like are in the hundreds, some of them are like in the tens and things like that, but everything that came back was normal. So on the screen it came back green. Now that's fine, so it kind of looked in a good way like I'm healthy and everything's good, but in a bad way it can't really explain how I'm feeling. The doctor said there wasn't really much they could do for me. The only thing I could do was go in to get a second opinion if I wasn't happy, and just to buy some supplements, because a friend of mine who is a nurse, she was the one that administered the blood tests, because if I'd gone and tried to get an appointment with my GP, I still wouldn't have had them by now. So I was able to get into the hospital for an appointment with her, and she did those for me. And when she looked at the results, she thought from a personal professional perspective that the B12 and the iron was a bit lower than what it could be. You know, it's not the reason why the doctor couldn't do anything was because it wasn't under the like lower level threshold. So maybe my B12 and my iron is a little bit lower than what it should be. So I just bought some supplements from Holland & Barrett. Off I went and was just like, take my money, just give me the best stuff that you've got. And I'm just hoping that over the next few weeks that things will improve. I obviously know that they're not going to happen overnight. Try and maybe look at my sleep. I mean, it's a bit difficult with my job. I get up early most mornings for clients and things like that, so that's something that can't really be affected unless I really want to change my working hours, but obviously have to suit my clients and what they'd like to do. But it could be, and I mean, the doctor was like, is it down to your diet? And I was like, I think that I eat fairly well. Like, I'm a personal trainer and I'm a runner and running coach, and you know, I like to eat well to fuel my performance. And you know, don't get me wrong, I love the odd treat or two, and you know, it's all about eating foods that serve you well both physically and mentally. But so I don't think it is down to my diet, but maybe I should start eating a bit more spinach and things like that. So let's see if things improve in the next few weeks. I've got a holiday upcoming, so maybe, you know, having some rest time, maybe I've burnt myself out a little bit, who knows. But I'm just hoping that maybe being a bit more mindful with my work-life balance and taking some supplements that it may help out. So week 6 is done and dusted. Moving on into week 7, we've got a couple of big weeks coming up. We've got a longer run at the end of week 7, which I'm going to be filming about how I fuel. So starting with Saturday night, what I eat and how I get up and my routine and things like that. So that's week 7's video. And then week 8 we move on to, we've got a 20-mile race at the end of week 8. So that will be a good tester. So halfway through the plan and already up to 20 miles, which will be good. I kind of did the same with London. I got up to 20 miles quite soon after that. So yeah, all good. So thank you for watching. Thanks for joining in. And I hope that all your training's going well. I know that Berlin's coming up soon, and so people are sort of getting into their tapering. Let me know how you're getting on, and I'll catch you all at the end of week 7.